Hello, everyone. I want to thank you for coming. Uh, this coming Thursday is Thanksgiving here in the United States, and I just want to talk about the things that we have to be thankful for. Some of you know that back in March, I lost my mother. She was 99 years old. Then back in August, I lost two of my sisters 2 days apart. Now, so you may wonder, what do I have to be thankful for? Well, I'm thankful that my mother did live to be 99. It gave me more time, even though I lived in New York and she's in Indiana, to go home and visit with her. It also gave me more time with my two sisters that passed away. My oldest sister, who was like a second mother to me, uh, like I said, she passed away first on August 26th. 2 days later, my second to the oldest sister, Ruth Ann, passed away on August 28th. Now, I'm thankful for my oldest sister. She lived here in New York State, although we were about 3, 4 hours away from each other. I got to see her more. Also, that my brother-in-law, her husband, was able to spend 59 years with the love of his life. Now they would have been married and together uh, 59 years this December. They've been together since the summer for 59 years, and they got married in December. So this December, I will definitely think about her. I'm also thankful because my oldest sister, or her husband, gave me two nephews. And the oldest nephew gave me two great nephews. And they're all very good kids. And they're very loving. They're all Christians. So I'm thankful for that. Uh, I'm thankful for the two sisters that are still surviving. I get to see them. I'm going to go home and see them again at least one more time before I go to the Philippines. I will stay with my now oldest living sister. She has her own place. I'll stay with her. My youngest sister, uh, the baby of the family, she was the youngest of the family. She gave me a niece and a great niece. And even though I live here, like I said, I live here just outside of Albany, the capital of New York State. I have a good friend here, and her family are good friends, and I'm thankful for them. I'm thankful for my cousin George, who's basically the same age as I am. He's like 11 days older. He's been married now for, oh, since what, 79? He has 3 kids. He has 2 grandkids. His wife's still alive. He's still healthy. I get together with him every time I go home, unless he's out of state. Uh, I'm thankful, even though my good friend of mine passed away last year. I'm thankful that I knew him because every time I went home when he was alive, we'd get together, and it was just like old times. It's not like we were been apart for, hundreds or thousands of miles. Uh, he was a great friend. I've known him since I was like 12 years old. So I'm thankful for all those things. I'm thankful that they were all Christians, and I take comfort in the knowledge knowing that they're in heaven with the Godly Father, along with my own father and my 2 brothers. So, like I said, even though it's been a sad year in some ways, there's still things to be thankful for. So that's what I've been thankful for. And if any of you here want to put in what you're thankful for or come up and talk, you're more than welcome. Uh, now, yeah, JL, there's been losses. Like I said, I lost my mom. Now, she said she didn't want to live to be 100, so she got her wish. She was only 99. Uh, my oldest sister was only 83. Well, excuse me, 82. She was just 82. Uh, My next oldest sister was only 77. Uh, but like I said, you take my oldest sister, she was born with a real bad curvature of the spine, but it never stopped her from doing things. She stood about 5 foot tall, if that tall. And the doctors once told her if her spine wasn't curved like it was, she'd be 5'4", 4 to 6 inches taller. I mean, and she was born that way, and it never stopped her. She had 2 kids. Both kids were about 9 pounds, 5 ounces. Both of them around 20, 21 inches long. So, I mean, she was a very strong young woman. And now you take my sister Ruth Ann, who passed away. She had MS, multiple sclerosis, or whatever they call it, uh, which is a degenerative disease. It gets worse over time. But she was lucky enough that even though she had it for 34 years, she had it, I'm going to say about 40 years. She never ended up in a wheelchair. It was very slow progressing. So I'm very thankful for that. She was always able to get around on her own. Towards the end, it was a little harder to get around, but she could still walk with a walker and get around. She didn't need a wheelchair. So the good Lord blessed her in that way. So like I said, there's many things you can look at and say, well, this is, not what we're looking for, but it's, there's something wrong with this one. I'm sorry. Well, it just must be a different one. But anyway, so like I said, let me, I haven't done it yet. Let me do this in case somebody else wants to come up and talk. Like I said, I'm more than willing to have you come up. You can talk about what you're thankful for, or you can talk about anything else you want. There you go. So like I said, anybody wants to come up, more than welcome to come up. I noticed Anime Reyes is here. I got Abby G over here on my other one, but that's the only one I got on my other phone. I don't know what's going on there. I got JLB Toronto Blue Jays. Michelle Life is here. And Lorraine Pajares, however you pronounce that name. I'm sorry, folks, but I don't know how you would pronounce that, the Tagalog way, or the Filipino way, or the Hispanic way. My pronunciation is not isn't real good in English. Tell you the truth. But like I said, there's many things to be thankful for. So I just wanted to get that out there. I'll probably do a short stating the same thing. It won't be a short. It'll be a short video, but it won't be a short. Stating the same thing, and that'll be the one I'll put up next week before Thanksgiving. But it's something I wanted to get off my chest. I mean, like I said, yeah, it's been a very, very tough year for my family. Like I said, I lost my mother and 2 sisters, and I'm close with my family. As far as Americans go, I may not be as close as some Filipinos, but for American family, we're quite close. And so, like I said, I'm going to miss them. I've missed my father, my brothers for years. But I am going to move to the Philippines. It's something I've been wanting to do for a few years. And my sisters, even the ones that passed away, they all knew it. They all know, and they were for it. They're for me doing it. My friend that lives in this area says I have to do it because if I don't, I'll regret it. And she's right. And my best friend is a female, guys. So if I ever get together with a Filipina, just understand we've known each other for over 35 years. we're nothing but friends, and never have been anything but friends. We've never been lovers. So don't get that jealousy going if I ever get together with somebody that happens to be on this chat or happens to see this chat later on. It's just, I've known her whole family. Her dad and I used to run around together. Jaylene, how you doing, Jaylene? Thanks for coming. But her dad passed away shortly after I moved down here to this area, which was a shame because, like I said, him and I got along great. When I first met her, she was in college in my hometown. I met her dad, and him and I would run around all the time together. I'd go pick him up, and we'd go different places. So, like I said, I got along with her father really great. And all right, Dan. Hey, Dan, how you doing, boss?
Doing well. How about you?
Well, not too bad. I don't know if you heard my opening speech or not, but I will do a video, but it'll be a quick video. It won't be a shorter, but it'll be a short video, if you know what I'm saying. I was just talking about the things I'm thankful for, even though it's been a tough year.
Oh, man. I'm getting terrible.
Yeah, you're breaking up. I'm not hearing you all the time.
And I'm getting, yeah.
You're getting feedback? Oh, I'm sorry. But I just, like I said, I was just talking about, how I'm grateful, even though my mom and my sisters passed away. I'm grateful for, how long my mother lived and as much time as I was able to spend with my sisters when possible. And, Dan, is that you dropped down or? No, Dan just took himself out. He must be having trouble. All right, I understand, Jalen. I appreciate you coming. But like I said, this upcoming week. That's what I was thinking about. It's Thanksgiving, and the thing is, most families sit around and say what they're thankful for. And I thought, what am I thankful for? And then I got to thinking, I got to spend more time with my mother because she lived to be 99. I got to spend more time with my sisters, and God bless them because of the health problems they had all their lives, and the things they were able to do. So I can't look at the negative. I have to look at the positive. And like I said, they're all my mom, my sisters, my brothers, my dad. They were all Christians, so I'm thankful for that. And so yeah, it's just a kind of a strange thing for me this week, thinking about that stuff. Because usually I'm saying I'm thankful my mom's still alive. I'm thankful, I got all four of my sisters, and this is the first year I can't say that. And when I lost my brothers and stuff, and my father, I wasn't doing YouTube, and I had my family. I was still with my brother and my dad. I was still living in Indiana, and I helped my mom and my sisters. We all helped our mom get through it. We lost my brother shortly after we lost my oldest brother, shortly after we lost our father, a couple of years later. But my older brother was only 37. And so that was a tough time, especially for my mom. As most of you mothers know, you want your kids to bury you. You don't want to bury your kids. And so my mom buried both my brothers. And my older brother, like I said, was like 37, and my younger brother was like 59. He died in 2015. So actually, he was a little older than 50. He was what? That would make him. Well, it was before his birthday, so let's see. Made him about 57. I take it back. He wasn't 59 yet. But, so he was, like I said, he was young. My dad was 61. So I've outlived both my brothers and my father if you go by age. Hey Jerry, how you doing? I'm glad to hear you got some rain because if it had been 2 months, then you needed some. Hopefully, it's not an overabundance of it. So there's something to be thankful for. You got some rain. Dan's going to come back up. Let's see what happens. Hey Dan, welcome back.
Hey, I switched over to my phone.
Okay. I don't know if you noticed it, but live uh oh StreamYard now has a feature where I can have sitting on my laptop, I can have the picture or the horizontal both up at the same time. So people
Oh
that
yeah,
are
I saw that feature.
so I'm using that feature right now.
Yeah.
It makes when I'm looking at the picture for us, it makes the picture smaller, but it helps anybody that's wanting to use their phone. So I figured I'd use it.
Sounds like a cool feature.
Yeah, I think I do, Jerry. I thought I canceled one, but I guess it didn't get canceled. Uh, so I got fewer people on one than on the other. So I have no clue what's going on, Jerry. Yeah, I have two streams going on for some reason, and the two are the chat from the two are not intermingling.
Oh, that explains the echo. That explains the echo from earlier.
It could be.
Yeah.
I put one up. I put it to cancel it to delete it, but somehow it didn't get deleted.
Huh.
And because I didn't realize it until after I put it up again because I accidentally checked out of something and I didn't think it went up, so I went back in and redid it, put it up, and that's when I noticed that I had two up, and I thought I deleted one, and I guess I didn't delete it like I was supposed to.
No worries.
Yeah, but I got Anime in one chat, and she's not in the other one.
I don't know which one I'm looking at. I'll be honest with you.
Well, if you type in, I can tell you.
You wouldn't want me to lie, would you?
No, just fib.
Ah.
But yeah, so it.
Hello. I see Jerry. Well, I could tell you who I am seeing.
All right. Well, Jerry's in the one that Anime's not in.
I see Jerry.
Yeah. Like I said, Jerry and Anime are in two different chats.
I see Jaylyn.
Jaylyn's not in the same chat with Anime. And I got Michelle over with the.
Okay. That explains everything.
Yeah, let me do this.
And now on my computer, on my powerful gaming computer, the picture is freezing, but not on my phone.
All right.
So that's interesting.
The one on your computer might be the one that's the other one.
Right, right. Yeah, now Jerry's message just showed up. That's the delay that I'm experiencing. I just now saw Jerry's message where it said it looks like you have 2 live streams up. That just appeared. So whatever it is, it's in slow-mo, bro. Slow-mo, bro.
I just put in the other one that I have because more people seem to be in this one that you're in. And I just said, hello, everyone. I have 2 live streams. I don't know. And it keeps going with the pin message. So I have no clue what's going on here.
Maybe you need to restart it.
Well, let me do this one. I'll just take this one out because this is the one that's. Let's see. Go with this one here. I'm going to try something. So if you disappear, because I screwed up. Okay.
That's all right. I'll look for you I'll go searching around.
Huh. I don't think it's going to let me switch them. Well, let's try.
Live life on the wild side, Larry.
That's what I'm trying. Doesn't mean I'm getting it done.
So far, so good, whatever you're doing.
Well, I got the one's gone now. I just got the one up, the one that has Jerry in them. So I told the others that I had 2 live streams. So hopefully, if they're there, they'll come over to this one.
Okay, let me see what comes. I'm gonna go ahead and go back in on my computer screen. Now I'm in vertical format.
So I got vertical
That's
and
me in
horizontal
vertical
both.
format.
And my cell phone has horizontal, not vertical. Let's check.
Oh man, I
vertical.
can't even hear you.
You can't hear me?
Now I can.
All right, good.
Maybe you.
Whoa, Dan, something happened. I see that your white circle of death. You're something's going on. Yeah, Jerry, I remember you saying something about that on your one of your live streams, that your gimbal was starting to go bad, and so. But yeah, Jerry, Dan's something going on with Dan. He's got the white circle of death. It's rebooting. I don't know if it's power or not, but Jerry, I haven't used my gimbal in so long. I'm afraid it might not work. I'll have to try it sometime. Okay, cool. Now I hope to be up in time. I got up today in time, but then I realized it was Saturday and you weren't doing a live stream yet. So I'll try to get up in time tomorrow to check you out. Hopefully, I'll be able to. Well, I think he's at home. He should have internet, but his internet may be gone. But it could be electrical. You know how the Philippines is. It could be some trouble with the internet, and he has no load. Hopefully he'll let us know. And yeah, I know, Jerry. Like I said, when I got up, I was thinking, oh, well, it's early enough I can catch Jerry's live stream. Then dawned on me, it's Saturday. He's working. But now I'm going to be lazy next week. I'm only going to work 2 days. I'm going to work Tuesday and Wednesday. I could work Friday, but I decided I didn't want to work 2 days, take a day off, work a day, then take 3 off. I just took, because Thursday they're closed down. And I don't get paid if I don't work. So I took it as a paid day off. And I thought, well, if I'm going to take Thursday as a paid day off, let's just take Friday if they'll let me, which they said they would. So I'm going to take a 5-day weekend next weekend. If it was earlier in the year, I might run up and see my brother-in-law and nephew that live here in New York. But here, they get more snow than I do down here, and we've already had snow twice. So it just makes me too nervous to go that way. Afraid I'll get snowed in. But I talked with my nephew before, so I'll have to talk with him again sometime to see how everything's going. He was here last weekend. He came on for a little while, and then he had trouble with his internet, and that's in New York, so it happens. Matter of fact, my internet went down 3 times this week. 2 of the times it was a system wide, if not 3 times. It was system wide. Then it went down again today, and I just had to turn my equipment off, turn it back on, and reboot it. But the other 2 or 3 times it was not my system, it was their system. So, we even have trouble like that here in the States, Jerry. Your network goes down, there's nothing you can do about it. Yeah, each time I was watching TV or watching YouTube, today was TV, a couple times it was YouTube, trying to watch some programs, and the internet goes down for one time. It was only 2 hours. I think it was only twice it went down system wide. And the other time was for 4 hours. And today was about 20 minutes, but I called and found out what was going on. They had me turn it off, turn it back, unplug everything completely from, just unplug it, plug it back in, and it restarted about 10 minutes after I plugged it back in. But I was right in the middle of a TV show I like. So, but it was a show I was watching. It was already been played, and I was watching the rerun of it. I have, I got Paramount Plus, what they call Paramount Plus or CBS All Access. I can watch the program from the night before. Whatever's playing tonight, I can watch tomorrow without commercials. And that's what I was doing. I was watching a Friday night show, and it interrupted it halfway. So once I got my internet back up, I went back in and finished watching from where it shut off. So I was able to get that done. But yeah, like I said, I will be doing a video, but it'll be a quick video, probably just about 2 minutes long, maybe. And on the Thanksgiving and what I have to be thankful for. So if you missed it, that video will go up. I'll do it later on. I'll probably put it up Wednesday. Because like I said, even though my family had a very tough year this year by losing my mother and 2 of my sisters, there's still things to be thankful for. And so I will go over that like I did at the start of the live streams. Hopefully both live streams got that part of it. But yeah, it's just, I don't know what else I can do. Now next week I'll have another live stream, but hopefully it'll be a little more upbeat. But yeah, matter of fact, next week I will finally shut down. Not this, I should say the week after next, because we're not into next week yet. The first week of December, I will shut down one of my bank accounts, the one I'm trying to close down. I got most of the money out of there. I left a little in there in case there's a bill I forgot about that was attached to that bank, so I can catch it, pay that bill, then transfer it over to my other bank account that I'm keeping here local. I've already transferred all my paychecks over to that, so all my money's going into one bank account, and the other bank account has the money I want available to me when I get to the Philippines. So that one's all set. So that one's all set to go. I got plenty of money in that one. I'm also building up some money to take with me because I think I want cash on hand. Not a lot of cash, but I want cash on hand. And let's do this. All right. Okay, that tells me what I can do. But anyway, I do want enough money, cash on hand, to take care of a couple things. So if I do have trouble getting money out of the bank over there using my bank credit card, I'll still have money that I can pull out and do stuff with. Because when I first get there, I'm sure the first place or two I stay at, I'll be able to pay with my credit card. And I'm talking about the rent or the fees, hotel fees, wherever I'm staying. That's something I still have to make a decision on. I'm going to try to get Dan's help with that. I probably will try to get a Airbnb. All right, Jerry. I don't know how much longer I'll be here, but tell Tox hello for us, would you? And so, like I said, I want some cash with me in case I have to pay for some stuff. I can check that over into pesos, some of it, and have that with me when I get there. Because let's be honest about it, most of the places, if I go to get something to eat, they're not going to want me to pay with a credit card. They're going to want me to pay cash. And it's like, let's say I decide to get a haircut or anything like that, they're going to want cash. So I want some money I can turn into pesos. And I might see about buying pesos here in the States. If I make it down to New York State, they have a money exchange down there. I'll see if I can just go in and get it. If not, I'll have to decide whether or not I want to buy some online. So that's something I'll have to decide. But I got plenty of time for that. That doesn't need to be done until I'm almost ready to go to the Philippines. And I'm still on track to quit working at the end of April. Take May to get everything straightened out and visit with the family, and then fly out at the end of May, the first part of June. I know that's the rainy season, but I don't want to put my time off any longer than I have to before I retire. I am ready to retire at my age, the sooner I can. All right, Dan, thanks. I'm sorry you're having trouble coming up, though, buddy. Like I said, I will talk with you. You know the two places I want to check on, where I can maybe get a month or two, or if I need to, 3 months lease for my stay in Cebu. I'm willing to go longer if I can find a place I like. I hate to go too long on sight unseen, but you've been to those two places, so I'll take your word on which one's better. So that's what I'm trying. That's like I said, we'll get that figured out later. Yeah, like I said, I know people say, well, June is first. It's rainy season. Like I said, I mean, if I could go at the end of March, I would, but I need that extra month because I want to get that fixed, and I need to make sure I get the money for that I'm not dipping into my emergency fund. So, and like I said, I'm putting money aside that I'm going to have cash on me. We won't go into how much. It won't be a lot, but it'll be enough that I can, that's probably what I'll do when I first get there, Dan. If you can, sometime later on, I'll have you send me their information because I want to make sure I actually contact them. And I want to do at least 1 month when I first get there. And if I like the place, I'll go longer. Because like I said, I want to stay there for a while. This is going to take a couple of months, get that done. And there's places I want to see in Cebu anyway, and I'm talking about not just Cebu City, but the island of Cebu. There's some things I'd like to see. And my first out of Cebu trip, I think, will be to Dumaguete and Valencia, because it's just such a short hop by a ferry over to there. And, I've seen so many videos, especially on the Sunday market in Valencia, and then a lot of videos on Dumaguete as well. But the next one may be to Leyte, over by you guys. I haven't decided on the next trip. I do want to go to Leyte and visit. I also want to go to Iloilo and Davao. And there's a couple places in Luzon I wouldn't mind going and seeing. Yeah, I'm hoping, Dan, what I'm hoping is when I rent, wherever I rent at, will take my credit card or my debit card, and I'll pay my rent that way. And then I will, once I get over there, I'll get Gcash. I'm trying to decide what phone company I want to keep in the United States because I want to keep my U.S. number for at least for a while. Because my sister Alta, she's the oldest one still living. She wants nothing to do with computers or smartphones or anything like that. So if I keep my U.S. number, it'd be a lot easier to get a hold of her, talk with her. Maybe I can get my niece and great niece to show her how to do a live chat with, go over and do a live chat with them, and she can partake of it. We'll see. I just don't know. But I like to keep in contact with my family, and you can do that through Facebook live chat and stuff like that. But not with that sister because she does not have it. So you recommend Google 5. All right, I'll have to check into that because I was thinking T-Mobile. I got Spectrum. And I got Spectrum Mobile and I got Spectrum Internet. And I do have it's an older phone that's a Chinese-made phone. And it is a dual SIM card. What I'm thinking about doing that, and I'll let you know what I'm thinking. I'm thinking maybe get global and smart both. Get a SIM for both in that one phone. So that way, if I'm in an area that one doesn't work, and maybe the other one will. And it's a phone I don't have to buy. I already got it. Let's see if it works. But like I said, it is a Chinese phone, so I'm probably pretty sure it'll work over there. And I'm not sure. It may only be 4G. It might be 5G. I had to look. I haven't used it. I couldn't get it to work over here. I bought it a while back. I used it for a phone for a little bit, but it didn't really want to work. The phone I had before that did, but that one didn't. I'll have to see what that'll cost me. If I can go T-Mobile International without data, and see what that will cost me for a month. Because like I said, I do want to, and also, from my understanding, the banks want to deal with you. A lot of them want a U.S. number. So that's why most expats keep a local phone number. So I want to keep the same phone number I've had for years. Because everybody in my family has that phone number and all my friends have it. So I'd like to kind of keep that number if I can. So I'll check with T-Mobile. $25 a month for Google 5. And is that the same thing? You don't get hammered with data? Because I think the Google 5, I can even keep my number there. If I remember right, I can transfer my number over to it. But I will check with Google 5 and I'll check with T-Mobile. I've had the same number now for, I'd say at least 15 years. I'm going to say at least that long. I got the number. My number is actually for the Capital District of New York. I was living in Leroy, New York, which is halfway between, actually a little closer to Leroy, but about halfway between Leroy and Buffalo. Excuse me. And but I got I wanted the Capital District number because I was looking for work down here. All right, so if I connect, Yeah, but I'm talking about what if somebody calls you and you're not in an area where you've got the internet. I'll look into that, but it's going to be probably one of those two. But I got the number I got because I was looking for work down here, and I wanted to give them a local number, and so they wouldn't think, well, how's he connected to here? So I gave him my number in Leroy and my local number for here, and my local number for here was the first number I gave him on my resumes. Okay. All right. That's cool. So anyway, that's why I got the number I got, and I want to keep it. Like I said, everybody in my family has that. Oh, I shouldn't say everybody. Everybody that's close to me has that phone number. There are some relatives that I don't have their number, they don't have mine, but when we see each other, we get along. We just don't, call each other. They're distant cousins. But yeah, all the cousins I'm close to, they know my phone number. They can call me anytime they want. All my close friends have it. So it's just the way it is. And I want to keep that number. Like I said, especially because my one sister, she wants to stay in the pre-internet world. Shall we say? She has no interest in smartphones or computers, and none of that stuff. Hey, Mike, how you doing, man? Mike and Jen are here. And for some reason, hey, thanks for coming back, Jerry. Now, Mike, for some reason, you're showing up on my computer, but you're not showing up on my phones when you say hello. And it shows me you're on your phone. So that's fine. Well, I'm going to convert while I'm in the States no matter which phone company I go to. I still got 2 live streams going on. All right. Hopefully people can hear me in both, but I can only see the comments from this one. I got Mike came in, and he might be on the other one, but I don't see him on my phones. I don't see anybody else. So, folks, if you're making comments on my live stream and I'm not answering your comment or saying hi to you, you may be on one of the other live streams. I guess I got 2 going on, and one seems to be dominant over the other. Probably because that's the one I clicked on to go live with. I thought I deleted the other one, but evidently I did not. So for that, I must apologize. Please don't get mad at me. Remember, Dan says he's low tech. I'm no tech. I still haven't figured out how to do editing of my videos. I've edited 2 videos my entire time as a vlogger. One of them, I took a video down and cut it down to a short and did a talk over. That was talking about winter driving. And another one, I had did a video on the USS Constitution. And when it came out, the picture was supposed to be filmed in horizontal picture, in other words, landscape, but yet it turned up in vertical instead of landscape. And I was able to figure out how to turn it back to landscape and save it. And I deleted the other one. And I should have just replaced the other one, but I deleted the other one. So it's out of order. You got the museum first, and a few videos later, you get the Constitution itself, the ship itself. And those are the only 2 I ever been able to figure out how to do anything with. and both were fairly simple editing. Yeah, the U.S. Constitution in Boston. Yeah, I've been there twice. Hang on a minute, and I'll show you something. Let me find it. I bought this hat on my last trip to the Constitution. I bought it at the museum. You can get this at probably someplace else. On the back even says U.S. Navy. But that's where I got that one. I also have another hat, the Navy hat. I won't grab it, but it says 250 years, and it gives me, it says ship serviceman, which was what my rate was. Rate is your job code. Rank is what your pay grade. But it says ship serviceman, and then it gives the years I served, 1972 to 1978. And then I got another one that says 250 years, Navy one. And then I got another Navy hat that I wear. I got a few Navy ball caps. So yeah, I actually bought two Navy ball caps when I was at the museum. One the first time I was there, and then this was the second time. The one from the first time I've been wearing some, not a lot, but I do wear it. Hey, Pamela, thank you for coming. We appreciate you coming. And, but yeah. Yeah, it is, Jerry. I agree with it. But is there ever a good time for one of your favorite pieces of equipment to go bad? I have an old action camera, Get Up, Get To, and it's no longer working. I was going to start practicing with it again. I hadn't used it for a while, and it won't work. And so I'm thinking about buying a new action camera, and I'll have to learn how to use it because my Get Up, Get To is quite old. It's probably 2 years old or more, and I probably haven't used it in a year or more. I had to look it up and find it, and I can't reformat. When you use a SIM card or whatever they call the card that keeps the information, you have to format it to use with that camera. And I had one that's 64, and it would not. I can't get in to format it, and it won't let me get in to change the dates, the date stamps. It doesn't show me if I'm recording or if I'm taking pictures. It won't let me switch back and forth. SD card. Thank you. Micro SD card. That's the correct term. But it won't let me format one that I've had that's new and never used it, and just won't let me format it. And I got into the settings one time and went through, but like I said, it wouldn't let me change the dates. It wouldn't let me change almost anything, and it would never let me. And that when I went back in to try to format the SD card, it wouldn't let me do it. It wouldn't let me back into the settings. So, much as I like, I do have quite a bit of stuff for it. I think I'm going to get another action camera, and hopefully the stuff I have, or at least some of it, I'll be able to use with it. I have a real nice carrying case, so hopefully I can use that. I mean, it's a solid, not it's solid. I mean, case, and got full, to keep everything stay safe. So hopefully I can at least use that case, and maybe some of the I got a couple of waterproof cases. Like if you want to go diving, the camera will never get wet. You'll keep it safe. So hopefully one of those will fit. We'll see. I do have two of those. They're slightly different styles. The one I really like the best, I hope will fit, but we'll have to find that out. But we'll find that out, and if we can, we'll use that stuff. But yeah, I went with. They had them on sale, so that's why I went ahead and bought it. They're like $80 cheaper than what they normally are, and it's their newest ones for the line that I'm buying. It's a DJI or DJI. I mean DJI 5 Pro, and I looked at one was $10 cheaper. They're both exact same thing except for what you get with it. And I went with a $10 one because you get more batteries and a couple other things. And I figured, that's worth $10 more. So I'll spend the extra 10. I should be getting that tomorrow, so I'll start playing around with that. Thank you, Abby G. Thank you for coming. How you doing? Tubo? I'm not seeing you on anything but my computer, so I cannot give you a no. I can't give you a monitor. I'm sorry, Tutu Boy. But if you have your own channel and you want people to check it out, type in 3 L's. It doesn't matter if they're capital or small. Just type in LLL, and my Nightbot will drop your link for you. I'm glad to hear you're doing good, Abby. Like I said, I'm going to do a video. I'll probably put it up, be Wednesday here in the States. It'll be probably Thursday in the Philippines, about Thanksgiving and what I'm thankful for. Even though it's been a very tough year for my family, there's still things I feel grateful and I'm thankful for. So I'm going to put that up. I'm going to talk about the tough times my family went through this year. As a lot of you know, I lost my mother and 2 of my sisters this year. But that's what got me really thinking about Thanksgiving this year, because it's so different than a lot of my own. Yeah, like I said, I'm getting the Action 5 Pro. The 4 they still sell, so I guess it's still not that old yet. Now maybe the 3 they no longer sell. I don't know, but the Get 2, the Get Up Get 2, they no longer sell. I don't even know if they sell any accessories for it anymore. So that's how old mine is. Mine was old when I bought it. It wasn't the newest one. And so, Amy, Jasmine, Gymnase, Amy, how you doing, Amy? Amy, you're once again, you're all, like the others. You're on your cell phone, and I don't know if it's because. See, I'm on my cell phone. Let me see what's going on here. Maybe I can do this different way. Try this. It's just not doing it. I can't bring up the one that you're on, Amy. Hey, Chelsea, how you doing? All right. Let me do this. Looks like I can bring it up. but I have to be like this. So let me see something. All right. So it looks like I have to do both. I have to be on my cell phone for one, and to see those people. So, hey, everybody, if you're there, please excuse me for not being in this one and paying attention to the comments. I did not. This is the first time I've done this one, folks. And let me switch this around here then. So this is the first time. Hey, Fire, how you doing? This is the first time I've done where I can do it for the cell phone and for the computer. And I thought I'd be able to see all the comments in one spot, but I can't. Now, some of you I can see. I don't know why I can't see the others. Let me see what happens if I type in something that'll go to both groups. So bear with me. I'm just trying to figure things out and see if I can do something. Is it showing up in both? Yeah, showing up in both. So I can type into one, but it seems like I have to. Hey, Mike, how you doing, man? You're also watching on your cell phone. Okay. I'm bringing it up over here. Looks like it's bringing it up over there. So I have to have it up on my cell phone to get your guys' all right, so yeah, it looks like it's going to show both of them. All right, everyone. Yeah, Far. I'm saying Far. I know I'm not pronouncing it right, unless it's just Fire. Rainey, how you doing? Those of you on your cell phone, I can tell you're on your cell phone because it gives me a symbol of the cell phone being straight up like this. Like, it shows like I'm seeing this outline for you guys. And the ones that are on the computer, I don't get that symbol. But like I said, this is the first time I ever did this where I can do both. I did not realize I had to be on my cell phone, have my live stream up on my cell phone so I could see both comment sections. And yeah, I wasn't aware of that either until, like I said, I've never done this. This is the first live stream I've done this way. So I just, now it looks like I'm not getting every comment from everybody. I wasn't aware of that from you, Far, but unless no, there it is. I just didn't see it. So I'm getting all the comments, it looks like. Now, over here, I wasn't before. That's my fault. That's something I just learned today. So next week when we do this, I'll know it. Let me do something like this, see what happens. All right, everybody, if you would, please type in something from each group. Let me see something. What? Get that out of there. That's not what I was doing. How'd that happen? Let me try something. Let me see. Okay, all right. That does work. Good. Hey, Des, how you doing? Thanks for coming. I'm doing something different, Des, today. Something I've never done. uh, StreamYard lets you do two different formats now. And it does one format that's for the cell phone, which is what you're using. I've figured out how I can tell who's using their cell phone, who's not. Jerry seems to be on his computer, but he may be on his cell phone, but it doesn't show that. I'm doing quite well. It may be the which one you're watching. But there for a while, I could only see those who are watching the one that was formatted for computers, the ones that are formatted for landscape. I can only see theirs, and then I figured out how to combine the two. And so next week we'll do a much better job with this. But Dan, I hope you're doing well. I will put out a video. I've already said this earlier, but I'll say it again. All right, Jerry, that's what I'm saying. Those who are watching the landscape, I can see on my computer before I can combine the two. But those who are watching the one designed for the cell phone, I couldn't do it until I added brought the stream up on my cell phone like the cell phone would. So I had to be in it that way. I had brought it up to where I was like this on my cell phone. So, hey, Hannah, how you doing? Thanks for coming. So, like I said, next week I'll have it set up to where I can have both up at the same time, and so we'll be good that way. But like I said, I will put out a video. It'll probably be less than 2 minutes. It's going to be a short video, not a short, but a short video, talking about why I'm thankful this year for Thanksgiving, even though I lost my mother and both my two oldest sisters, two of my sisters, my two oldest ones. And I know I'm not thankful that I lost them, but I am thankful I got to spend more time with them. Like I said, my father died when he was 61, my older brother at 37, my younger brother about 56 years old. So I'm also thankful that I'm going to be retired here shortly. I'm saving up the money that I'll be able to move to the Philippines. So I'm very thankful for that as well. So, yeah, there's a lot to be thankful for, a lot to be sad. Like I said, I lost my two sisters, died within 2 days of each other. My oldest sister died, if I remember right, August 28th, and my second oldest sister died September 30th, the day before my oldest sister's funeral. So, that was a very rough time with my family. But like I said, earlier I opened up with what I was thankful about. So later on, if you want to know basically what my short video is going to be like, go back and watch the first couple of minutes of this video or this live stream later on, and you'll hear pretty much what I'm going to talk about. I don't know if it'll be per the verbatim, which means word for word, but it will have the same meaning. That's all right, Hannah. We appreciate it. Very tough year, Jerry. Like I said, the one that hit me the hardest was my oldest sister, because when I was a kid, she was like a second mother to me. My mom had a miscarriage between myself and my younger brother, and while she was going through that depression, which any woman or any father who lost a child before birth or even right after birth understands. There's a mourning period, and that really takes some time to get over. Now, I was so young it didn't affect me. Like I said, I was just a two-year-old baby, if that. And then, so my oldest sister, who's 10 years older than I am, she took care of me because my mom was, depressed and spent a lot of time in bed. And my father, who was a truck driver across country, came off the road and started driving local so he could be home to help out. But he still had to had help with with me because he was at work a lot of times when my sister was home, so she took care of me. If I had to have diapers changed, she changed my diapers. Probably gave me my bath and all that good stuff. So, like I said, she was like a mother to me, and it really, I really broke down on her funeral more than my mother's and more than my other sister, because, like I said, I was closest to her probably. I know I felt closer to her. I love my mother dearly, but my mother was 99 years old. She didn't want to be 100. So, and she'd been sick for a while. So it was a lot easier to accept her passing. My two sisters, it was not. Although my one sister had a bad heart, that's why I went home. Remember, and I believe it was June, the end of June. I was home for her birthday. Hey, Abby G. I got home on her birthday, which was June 29th. That was her birthday. I stayed home for a week, so I'm very thankful that I got to go home for that and spend more time with her before she passed. And like I said, this is stuff I'll discuss in that video. And like I said, it'll probably be released on Thursday in the Philippines and Wednesday here. Actually, probably Wednesday in the afternoon in the Philippines, not Thursday. So, all right, Jerry, you take care, man, and we'll try to catch a live stream. Hopefully, I'll get up in time to catch it tomorrow. But yeah, you have a good one, and we'll see you later. Thanks for coming. I really do appreciate it. So yeah, like I said, that's something I've been thinking about what I should do for that close. I don't know if you saw it. I doubt it. But yeah, it's going to be a tough video to do. But it's what I feel I should do. Like I said, I did talk about it at the start of this live stream. So if you go back and watch the first couple of minutes, you'll understand what I'm talking about. It'll be almost, like I said, it may not be verbatim, but it'll be basically the same thing that I do the other video on. I appreciate it if you watch it and give me a thumbs up. The week after, we'll do something else. Maybe I'll start putting up some Christmas decoration videos again. Oh, you lucky dog. Enjoy your trip to the Philippines, man. And salamat for coming, buddy. Salamat. We appreciate it. You get some good videos. And like you said, you really make sure that new gimbal is working because you'll be using it in the Philippines. So you want to make sure you got that running right. That's like me. I wasn't going to buy the new DJI yet, but it was $80 off. And it's like, LV Rose, how you doing? Thanks for coming. We really appreciate it. I don't know how long I'm going to be going tonight. I've already been going over an hour. If anybody wants to come up, that's all right. That's all right, LV. You send your followers over and read me all the time. Say, hey, look, if you can't make it, I understand. You're busy. You're a vlogger. Sometimes we're too busy to make somebody else's. And so we're glad when you came. And LV, I'm going to be putting one up, a quick video, probably be about 2 minutes next week about why I'm thankful. Michelle, how you doing, Michelle? Michelle, I got to apologize to you. I know you're one of them that was on the cell phone, which you are right now. You're using your cell phone. Well, StreamYard now lets you format for 2 different videos at the same time. I did not realize this. One is for the cell phone, and one is for if you can use your cell phone, but if you do the the computer one, the landscape one, I was seeing those comments. But if you're using the one designed for the cell phone, I wasn't seeing your guys' comments. And what I found out is what I had to do, I had to go to the one on my cell phone and use the cell phone setting. And once I did that, it combined both chats into one. But hey, Jolene, how you doing, Jolene? But like I said, until I figured that out, I've only seen the ones that were watching the landscape one. And I knew there was others, but I couldn't see the comments. And so by combining the two, I now I can see all the comments on my computer, which is fine. That's a good way to do it. Now I know, so next week we'll have it set up properly. I'll be ready to go a little quicker. But so, yeah. And Eve, just to let you know, Elvie, today was a warmer day. It was in the 40s. Right now, it's cooling off. So right now it's about 3 degrees Celsius, which makes it almost 40 degrees. So it's, like I said, winter doesn't hit here until I think the first day of winter is the 21st of December, but the first full day of winter is the 22nd, if I remember right. Because what happens is winter hits late in the evening, according to the Celsius, or the, I forget what they call it. It's not coming to mind right now. But the calendar says that it hits at a certain time at night, one night, then the next day is the first full day of winter. And if I remember right, the 21st is when the winter hits, and the 22nd, which is my sister Alta's birthday, is the first full day of winter, if I remember right. Now, it could be the 22nd is the first day of winter, but I think it's the first full day of winter. I'd have to check my calendar. And it's the solstice, winter solstice, I think it's called. And you have the spring solstice. The winter solstice is the shortest day of the year. That's the first day of winter. That's when we have the least amount of sunlight here in the States. And then the is it the spring solstice or the summer? I think it's the summer solstice is the longest day, the most sunlight. Spring and fall solstice are equal. They're about 12 hours a day, daylight, and 12 hours of nighttime, darkness. And it's called the solstice, S-O-L-I-C-E or something like that, solstice. And the correct scientific term is what they call it, is the solstice, and then each season. And the winter solstice is the shortest day of the year. And that's when it starts getting really cold. There'll be days, and I do mean days, where it will be below zero for the high. And I'm talking about below 0 Celsius for the high. There may be days where the high will be below 0 Fahrenheit during winter. Doesn't happen a lot, but it does happen occasionally. Bitter cold. Right now, with the way the temperature is, the weather is, if it's in the 20s or low 30s, my car may have frost on it, which is something you have to scrape off so you can see out of your windows. It's on the outside of your window, not on the inside, unless you're stupid and leave your windows down. But after it gets cold, where it stays below 30, usually you no longer get the frost. That's the only good thing about when it gets cold, when it stays cold, because you no longer have to worry about frost. You have to worry about ice and snow, but not frost. And so that's what we're going through now. That's something else I'm thankful for. This should be my last winter, at least my last cold winter. Because let's say for some reason I can't make it in the Philippines. God forbid. I'm not living in the cold again. I shouldn't say that. I might go back to Indiana for a year or so to get everything straightened out and then go south where it doesn't get that cold. Jerry will tell you where he's at. Where he's at, they get cold. We would be happy as all get out up here in the winter with what they call cold. It's a much, but because you're used to it, it's like you guys in the Philippines. If it gets in the 70s Fahrenheit in the Philippines, you guys are cold. We won't be. It'll be comfortable to us. But you're so used to the 90s and 100s that even 80s could feel cold to you guys. It's because what you're used to. Like I said, we get in the 80s and 90s here where I live during the summer, but we get down in the 20s and the teens and below 0 Fahrenheit here during the winter. A good part of the winter, we won't get above 30 degrees probably. And if we do, that'll be the high. It might be in the low 30s. But the nights will be in the 20s and teens. And believe me, that is cold. 1010, how you doing? Thank you for coming. We appreciate it. Now, I do believe that's let me try something. I don't think I can do that any other way. Nope, can't do it any other way. So I just put that there. If anybody wants to come up, go ahead. That's on the landscape format. There it is. You can come up. If later on you want to come up and it's not there, let me know. It is where you can come up on my other one. But I don't know what happened to it here. I thought I had it pinned here too, but I just don't know how to do it. I do. Next time I'll know how to do it, but we're not going to do it today. I think I can figure that out as well. But yeah, so like I said, there are some things to be thankful for, even though there's some things I'm really sad about this year. You can't say the one outweighs the other. You really can't say that. But you can't change it either. So yeah, we're hey Maris, how you doing? Thank you for coming. But so yeah, we're just trying to get things done and move forward. And I'm thankful that I'm fairly close to having the money that I'll feel comfortable with to move over to the Philippines. And Dad, when he was here, made a comment earlier that makes me feel a little more comfortable. A lot of the places. Thanksgiving is actually this coming Thursday, but I don't do another live stream till after that, so I decided to do it before, not after. I will put out about a 2-minute or so video. It'll be Wednesday afternoon for you guys, right around noon. talking about what I'm thankful for this year, even though it's been a tough year. If you want to know what I'm going to talk about, if you weren't here for the first few minutes of this live stream, you can go back and rewatch that, watch that, and you'll see what I'm talking about. I'm still going to do it, put it up. I would love it if you people would watch it and give me a thumbs up, but that's up to you. If you already know what I'm talking about, you don't need to. I would like it. And I might mention something different because I haven't done it yet, so I can't say it's going to be verbatim. Excuse me. Verbatim means word for word what I said earlier. It'll have the same gist of it. In other words, the same basic meaning of what I'm talking about. So yeah, it's just like I said, I'm thankful that I'm going to retire next year. I'm thankful that I'm close to retirement. I'm thankful that I'm getting close to my goal of moving to the Philippines. And there's some other things. So like I said, I'll go over all that in this video that I'm going to do and put up next week. And then I think after that, the week after that, I'll probably start putting up some holiday decoration videos, Christmas. You guys know I like holiday decorations. The things I like the best, probably holiday decorations and lawn ornaments, lawn decoration. I really do enjoy those things. For videos, I like taking videos of it. And if I could get to a festival, I really enjoy festivals. I'll probably do a lot of videos on festivals once I move to the Philippines. If I can get to them, I'll do videos on festivals. And that'll be more for the ones that don't live in that area and for the ones that live back here in the States. And for my own enjoyment. As most of you know, I'm not monetized. I don't plan on getting monetized. I'm not doing this for money. That doesn't mean that won't change later on. I can't say it won't. But I can say I'm not planning on it. I do this for my enjoyment. I do this for my entertainment. And I'm going to do this when I get to the Philippines to get myself up off the couch and outside and do something. I do believe, because as long as I worked, I do believe I got to have something to do. But I don't want it to be work. And some people say, well, if you love it, it's not work. To me, if I'm trying to make money, it's work. I don't care if I love what I'm doing or not. If I'm doing it to make money, it's work. I may change my mind on that later, but I don't think so. So we'll find that out, like I said, later on. That's what you do, 1010. You just put in those three L's, whether they're capital or small, does not matter, as long as there's three of them. You can do capital and small if you want, it'll work. So anyway, I do hope to meet a lot of you when I'm there, if I'm in your area. I'll have to figure out what kind of gifts to bring with me. I do know a couple people what they would like. Elvie, she's still here. I know what she would like. So yeah, it will depend on how should I say this? What I can afford to bring as well. Because I know what I'd love to bring, but I just can't afford to bring. I'd love to bring spam for everybody, but I can't afford that. I would love it because I like spam too, and I think you've seen me eat spam in a couple different ways. But some of you, if I meet up with you, I'll take you and your family. And when I say family, I mean your husband and kids, not your aunts and uncles and all that. I mean, and if you're not married, you and a friend, I'll take to get something to eat. So when I'm in Cebu, I hope to meet up with some people that are in Cebu. Michelle Life and she got relatives or friends there. She can have one or two guests with her. I'll take them to get something to eat. And a couple of the others that live in Cebu, that's close to Cebu, we will go get something to eat. Because, I like going out to get something to eat. I'm not going to go out every day. Well, I don't plan on it. That doesn't mean I won't. Once I get there, I may decide I want to go out every day. I do want to at least cook once in a while alone. I don't mind cooking. But yeah, but a lot of this stuff I'm just going to get rid of. Some of it I will pack up, like I have my pictures of my family. They're in picture frames, but I'll get rid of the picture frames. I will pack the pictures up and take with me. The books and stuff I'll probably just get rid of unless they really mean something. I might take my Navy books with me, maybe my high school books, but I'm not going to take the books I've read and stuff like that. They're not going to go with me. I got a bunch of movies. They're not going to go with me because I don't know a place to send them to. And without knowing where I'm going to be at for sure, I don't know if I want to send a bunch of stuff over. I might change my mind on that. I might ship some stuff over to the place in Cebu that I'm going to be staying at. But I don't plan on it. I can't say I won't, but that's not something I'm planning on. I'm bringing over 2 suitcases, a small one that's a carry-on, and then a checked luggage. So whatever I can get into those, I'll bring that stuff over. And if there's a lot of stuff over that I still want to take over what will fit in those, then I'll send something. But I won't know that until I pack up. And I may just buy another travel bag and ship it that way. Depends on how much stuff there is. So a lot of the stuff I'm not bringing. I'm going to bring 1 cup, I think. And it says I have the vocabulary of a well-educated sailor, which I do. That's not always a good thing, folks. But, so that's the only cup I'm thinking I'm going to take. I might take another one, but I don't plan on it. There's a couple I'd love to take. I just don't. Like I said, unless I ship something, I'm not taking them. I can't be filling up my suitcases with that kind of stuff when I need to take my family photos and my camera equipment. I don't have a lot of it. I got to make sure that gimbal's still working. I haven't used it in a long time. And then I'm getting this new DJI camera, so I'll be taking it. And I got to take my clothing, and I got to take my CPAP. So there's certain stuff I have to take. And it depends on how much beyond that I really want to take, whether or not I ship anything or buy another suitcase and be willing to pay the extra freight if I have to. That's what I got to look at. But like I said, right now, if I had to guess, the first week of June is when I'll get there. I know it's a rainy season. But like I said, I'm tired of working. I'm not going to work till the end of rainy season because I'd have to rent this place out for almost another year. I'd have to take a couple more classes at work to extend my license, my security guard license. And I just don't want to go through all that. I'm done. And I'm going to extend my lease by 2 months. And that's so I can work another month and then take a month to get rid of everything, go visit my family, and then leave. That right now is the plan. And that's the plan for the last month. It hasn't changed. I don't foresee it changing unless something bad happens or good. Maybe I'll move it up. Maybe I'll go earlier if something good happens. But right now, let's just say that's the plan. We'll stay with that. Like I said, I'm thankful I finally got that figured out. I was thinking I was going to have to wait till maybe December to decide, and I just decided that with stuff I want to get done, I'm going to go ahead and extend and not try to get out of here at the end of March or April. I could probably do it in April, but like I said, I want to get this fixed, and I don't want to have to use any of my emergency money to do it. That's why I'm going to work April. And I'm going to take with me, I got a sheet showing what it would cost me if I did it here. And once I get it done, I'll go over what it would cost me here in the States to do these procedures and what it cost me there. And show why I decided to wait and do it over there, why it would have cost. If I did the most expensive part here, that they wanted here, that could have cost me anywhere minimum a year, maybe 2 years more working. That was minimum, about 1.5 years to 2 years. The middle part would have cost me about a year, maybe a little over, just to do the middle. And the other part, at least 6 months of working and beyond what I wanted to work. So it's like, it's not, no, I don't want to work that much longer. I'll get it done overseas. Maybe I'll have to go to Thailand to get it done. Maybe it won't be feasible in the Philippines because maybe they won't be able to do the work I want done. I think they will be able to, but I can't say they can because I haven't checked with the dentist over there. I know they can do some of it. I don't know if they can do all of it. I got 3 teeth that need to be cut out. They're going to have to operate, open up my gums, and remove the roots. I got 3 of those. And then the way they're talking, I got a place that's going to have some bone put in. And then I'll have to have the permanent teeth put in. So, yeah, we're looking at some expensive work. Here in the States, it won't be cheap there. It'll just be less expensive for me. It's going to cost. The money I save in April will probably take all of it to pay for it. And maybe more. Depends on how much work I get done. I'll decide that when I'm over there, whether I'm going to go with the most expensive stuff here or if I'm going to go with the middle. I'm going to go at least with the middle one if I wait until I get to the Philippines. So we'll see. But like I said, hopefully I can be able to meet a lot of you. Michelle, like I said, if you're still in the Cebu, when I get there, if you want to meet up, I'll take you and your boyfriend or your cousin or somebody, couple people only. I'm not taking the whole family. I can't afford that. I'm a poor boy here in the States, and I got to watch my money when I get over there to live the way I want to live. But I'll be gladly to take you and a friend or two out for something to eat. Same thing with the others that I know from in Cebu that are part of my channel. I'd like to get together with them as well and have a meal with their family. And I do mean their husband and kids and them and nobody else. I can't afford to buy a whole group meal for everybody. I just don't have that kind of money. I happen to be for a Westerner, I'll be on a lower budget. Now, I won't be on the lowest budget. Some of those guys are really bad off, but I'm not going to be on the guys that are living in, Cebu Business Park or IT Park. If I live in those areas, I'm not going to be doing almost no traveling. That would take to pay for the place to live, the finances, like your utilities, your food. It wouldn't leave me much money to do much of anything else, except for travel around the city. And I wouldn't be able to travel from island to island. Those guys that live in there, they have a lot more money coming in each month than I do. I'm not ashamed of that. A lot of people have more money than me, which is fine. I have friends and relatives that have a lot more money than I do. I don't. They don't hold it against me, and I don't hold it against them. We get along great. But I do have to watch my money a little closer than some people. The reason why I'm able to afford to do what I'm doing is because I'm still working. Once I retire, I will lose over half my income. My working income is more than what my retirement income will be. But you put the two together, I can save some money. I paid off my bills, and I can set myself up to retire. But once I retire, that working income dries up. Like I said, that's more than half my income. So I'm going to lose quite a bit of money once I quit working. So I got to watch what I spend. And it's nobody's fault but my own. I didn't start saving early enough. That's my fault. But I had a blast. So I don't really hold myself. I don't really get too mad at myself because of it. I mean, I've traveled to China. I've been to other places that if I was worried about retiring, I would have never done. I'd have never gone to China for vacation. I've been to Canada a few times for a vacation. I've been down to Louisiana and some other places for a vacation that I'd have never gone if I was worried about when I retired. But it kept me from saving money for retirement. But I didn't live my life, so I don't regret it. Maybe it sounds like I do, but I don't really. I have all those experiences, all those memories that I never had if all I did was work to save for retirement. But I could have maybe saved a little money, but I didn't. I had friends and relatives that told me, hey, look, just put this money aside. If you start doing it now, you'll never miss it, and it'll build up. But I never did it. I do regret not doing that. But I don't regret making those trips instead of saving for retirement. So, yeah, I hope everybody takes this week and this next week. Think about what are you thankful for? I know we've all been through some rough times, especially those of you in the Philippines. It's been in the Cebu area. It's been very rough for you guys. But there are things to be thankful for. Your family, your friends. And if you lost loved ones like I did, and they're Christians, thankful that they're with good Lord. Thankful that when you pass, if we stay good, we'll see them again. So, like I said, that's what I was thinking about this week. That's why I decided to make this live stream about what are you thankful for with Thanksgiving coming up in the United States. I believe Canada has their Thanksgiving, if I remember right, in October. They have a Thanksgiving as well. I think we're the only two countries that have a Thanksgiving. I could be wrong, but we have it in 2 different months. In case you're wondering why we have a Thanksgiving, it goes back to the founding of the country. We decided to honor that founding and be thankful for the help the Native Americans gave the Pilgrims. Be thankful for our country, surviving and moving forward and growing. But it was kind of a way to remember what we have good in our lives. And that's all Thanksgiving's about. Remembering the good things that we have, or the good things that we had that made our lives more enriched, like our friendships, the family. Those are the things, those are things you can't replace, really. It's the memories you make. I'm thankful for the memories I got because of spending more time with my family before they passed. I'm thankful for the love that they gave me. I don't want to go into too much on my video because then it would be too long, I think. And I know most people don't want to watch videos; they prefer the shorts. But this is not going to be short. I don't think I can do it under a minute. I'm not even going to try. But But I'm thankful for all of you guys for coming here and supporting me over the time that you've been here. Like I said, I started doing this because I am not a drinker. I can't say I don't drink, don't get me wrong. But I'm not somebody that wants to go to the bar and drink and run around. I did that when I was younger. I gave that up almost 20 years ago. I'm not dating anybody, so I don't go to the movies very often unless I go with family. My family's not down here. My friends, they're married, so I'm not going to movies with them. I'd be the third wheel. So this I started doing, and I started following YouTube and following the vloggers for my entertainment. And then I started doing YouTube myself because I started thinking about what am I going to do when I retire. And I thought, well, let's give this a try and see if I like it. And I decided I enjoyed it, so I stayed with it. So this is my retirement plan, not to make money, but to do something. And I'm thankful that I found YouTube. It gives me a reason to get up off my couch and go outside and do something once in a while. I don't plan on. There's vloggers I follow vlog every other day, and sometimes I'll do 2 or 3 in a day. Jerry vlogs twice a week, but he takes a lot of videos, which is great for Jerry. He loves it. That's what he should do. But it's not something I want to do. That's why there's so many different vloggers, is that we each have our own interests, our own way of looking at things. I happen to be someone that I prefer this type of vlog. But you got to put up other stuff for other people. And once I get over the Philippines, this may be the least enjoyable vlog that I do. Because when I get to the Philippines, after I get my teeth done, which I'll do videos about that, I do want to go see Magellan's Cross. I do want to go to some other places in Cebu City itself. I'd like to go to the top of Cebu. And what's that, Temple Leia or whatever that's called? And then there's some places outside of Cebu City I'd like to go see. So there's going to be a lot to do when I get to Cebu, places to go see. And so I may go and start doing 2 or 3 vlogs a week, just vlogs. But I also want to go to Dumaguete and Valencia, and I'll do vlogs there. I want to go to the Valencia Sunday Market. I've seen so many videos on it. I want to go see it. I'll do my own video on it. But yeah, and I want to meet up with some of my followers and get together. I probably won't do videos on that, not unless that's what they want. That's just to meet them. That's not to do a video. Oh, look what we're doing, I'm getting together. No, that's not what that's for. That's to get to know the people personally, meet them, talk to them. That's what it's for me. And so, yeah, we'll do that. And whoever's in that area or what, well, I'll let people know what area I'm going to before I go. And if there's any followers in that area, I hope to meet up with them. So I got to decide what kind of gifts I want to buy, because I know it's in your culture it's proper for me to give you something small, appreciation of when I meet up with you. I just haven't decided what. If any of you have suggestions, I'm open to that. You can put them in the comments in one of my videos or something. I'll have to start buying some stuff pretty soon if I'm going to buy a lot. Jerry suggested something about maybe refrigerator magnets from like my home state of Indiana, or maybe the state of New York. We'll have to check and see. Uh, like I said, if I'm going to meet up with Elvie, I know what you would like, uh, but we'll have to see. Uh, like I said, I wish I could afford to buy everybody a can of Spam, but I can't. Believe me, I wish I could, but that would not only the cost of it, but the cost of sending it there, because I wouldn't be able to take that with me. I'd have to have that shipped, and who knows if somebody would get into it. Whether that's here in the States or somewhere else along the way. Somebody might see that, hey, look at this. This is, we need a can or two, or we need the whole thing. It got lost. You're just out of it. You might get your money back because you got it insured, but that doesn't get the gift to the people you want to give it to. So, all right, hey, folks, I've been going over an hour and 45 minutes, and I'm getting a little tired. So I'm going to go ahead and shut this one down. Remember now, next week I'll be back on next Saturday. Same time. It'll be 8 o'clock in the Philippines, 7 o'clock Eastern time here in the evening, 8 o'clock in the morning in the Philippines. And we'll do another live stream. Hopefully we'll get some people to come up. Dan tried to come up, but it just didn't work out. But we'll see what we can get done. Now, Jerry won't be able to because Jerry will be on his way to the Philippines, the lucky dog. Well, I'd like to be going, but he has to come back. So when I go, I won't be coming back, at least not in a month. I plan a minimum, I want to stay minimum a year. Because let's say I don't like Cebu. That don't mean I won't like Dumaguete or Valencia. Doesn't mean I won't like Iloilo. Doesn't mean I won't like Davao, or someplace in Leyte, or someplace in Luzon. So like I said, I'm willing to travel to try to find my slice of paradise. So there's some places I want to check out whether Cebu may be the perfect place for me. But there's some places I still want to go look at. And like I said, if Cebu's not, maybe one of those places will be the best place for me. I want to give it a minimum of 1 year. I don't want to say, well, I've been here 2 months. I don't like this place. I'm going home. No, I'm not. It just means I'm going somewhere else to check and see how I like it. That's all that means. Like I said, when I was in the Navy, I worked with a lot of Filipinos. I do say Filipinos because they were all male. I did meet some of their families, the ones that were married. Some of them I did meet their families, their wives, their kids. And they all treated me well. They were all good people. So I enjoyed working with the Filipinos that I worked with. And I enjoyed knowing the ones I didn't work with that I knew. Some of them I just knew from being on the same ship, then later on being on show duty together. And we got along great. They invited me over to their house for parties and stuff. And so like I said, I don't know the true culture of the Philippines, but I do know the true kindness of the Filipinos. Like I said, I was on ship. Every ship I was on, there was Filipinos. And I was on 3 different ships. I spent over 5 years on ships. On shore duty, there were Filipinos. And I spent over a year there with Filipinos that I knew. So I spent a lot of time with some Filipinos. Like I said, I will be honest, I dated a few Filipinos when I was in the Navy, in San Diego. I was on a ship. But it didn't work out. The best relationship I had didn't work out because of me. Now, when we broke up, I blamed her. And later on, I said, well, a little bit of my fault, but mostly hers. Now, years later, I realized it was mostly my fault. I did not understand the culture as well as I should have. And I took some things for granted. And because I thought I knew what she wanted. I didn't ask. And that's my fault. Her fault was that she didn't tell me that she didn't like the way I was doing it. My fault was not asking. I still put most of the blame on me. But, you live, you learn. And it was years later that I really realized that. But, sometimes it takes us a while to realize we were the idiot, not them. Sometimes it takes a while before we realize we're the ones that were stupid. We're the ones that didn't think. We're the ones that took someone for granted. We're the ones that didn't step up. And I can't say I'll recognize that every time that now. I can't say that. I can say that I look back on it and realize it. And hopefully when I go forward and get with a good woman again, I'll realize if I do something dumb. But if I don't, I hope she tells me. Hopefully I'm bright enough to tell her to tell me. I wasn't before. And the reason why, we won't go into the reason why it was that way. But I made an assumption. In the United States, we said you don't assume because it makes a blank out of you and a blank out of me. And if you know how to spell the word assume, take the first three letters, that's what it makes you both. You and me both. It makes us both that. And so, yeah, don't assume things when you're dating someone. Anna G, hello. Thanks for coming. And don't assume. When you're dating someone, don't be afraid to tell them that, hey, look, you did this and I it made me feel bad or something. My days went pretty well. I pretty much stayed home. I had some things delivered. I had pizza for supper, folks. Once again, yes, Saturday seems to be my pizza day. I had a garlic white pizza. White pizza means there's no tomato sauce. Okay. Just woke up. It's almost 9:00 here. I know it's going on 10 there. I wish I can't say too much. I didn't wake up till about 9:00 in the morning for myself this morning. And I had two 12-ounce cups of coffee. I've had quite a few cups of Coke Zero. But yeah, it's been a decent day. I did walk down to the mailbox, check my mail. I was going to pick up a couple packages, but they started closing at 4:00 on Saturdays instead of 5. And I didn't get down there at about 6 after 4, so they were already closed and gone. So that means tomorrow I got to get down there before 4 in the afternoon so I can get my packages. But I had 2 other packages delivered here. Well, I had 3 things delivered here today to my apartment. 2 of the things are for medication that I need to take. It's not prescribed medication. It's just medications are supposed to help with blood flow and my arthritis. So hopefully it will work. The other thing was food. I had some food delivered. Now, I don't mean the pizza. And then I had the pizza delivered. So I had 3 things delivered and I'm having something delivered tomorrow. And I got the 2 packages down at the apartment complex office. I had to go down there. Tomorrow I'm having a action camera delivered. So I'll have to, once that comes in, I'll have to start learning how to use that one and see if I can figure out how to record it and then transfer it to my computer. And hopefully I'll learn how to edit. And like I said, I don't edit I've edited 2 videos the entire time, and that was it. They were very simple edits, and I've never been able to cut one part and splice it together with something else. I've been able to cut off a part, and then do a voiceover. That was one of my edits. And then I was able to rotate the picture on another video, and that was my other edit. And that's the only 2 edits I've done. And so we got that figured out. But I need to get where I can splice and cut things together. So we'll be getting that done. And everything's going pretty well. Tomorrow's going to be another lazy day. Hopefully, energy, I'll get it figured out. I am a little slow with technology. I do play around with the computer. I enjoy playing around with paper type programs. Like making up a spreadsheet, or fixing one myself. I enjoy doing that, but doing editing of videos, I'm really lacking knowledge on that. So that's something I'll have to try to figure out. But like I said, everything's going well. My retirement plan is on schedule. So it looks like I will be there either very end of May or the very first of June. It's going to be one of those 2. Right now, I'm looking at the first part of June. I got to look and see which days of the week is the best day for travel as far as expenses go. I will not travel coach. I'll have to be at least business. I'm a big boy. I don't want to travel small. I want to be able to stop somewhere besides Manila. Stop like maybe in Taiwan. If I can't do it directly from the States, I want to fly directly into Cebu. I don't want to go through Manila. I want to bypass Manila. So I may have to stop in Singapore, or Taiwan, or somewhere like maybe in Korea, and then fly directly from there into Cebu. Maybe I could do it from the States. Maybe if I fly to Los Angeles, maybe I can get a direct flight to Cebu. What is that? Starlux or I think it's Starlux or Luxstar or Starlux. I think I might fly directly from L.A. to Cebu. I'll look into that and I'll buy my ticket. Probably somewhere in January. I'll buy my ticket. January, February. And so, all right, folks. Yeah. I got, like I said, I got to go in and start looking to see what it's going to cost. Because the farther out you buy your ticket, the cheaper it'll be. I'm not going to be buying I'm going to be buying a one-way ticket with what they call an onward ticket. There are supposed to be ways to buy one that you can fairly cheap that you just designed to throw away. But I'm not going to. I don't know if I'll do that. All right, folks. Hey, look, the CR is calling for me, so I'm going to have to go. I want to thank you all for coming. I will be back next week, and we'll do a better job on the live stream at the beginning than what we did at this one. So thank you for coming. Remember now, be kind to each other. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Plus, have fun.